Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Eat at Joe's, the only podcast where it is encouraged to eat with your mouth full. So, eat with your mouth
Eat
full.
with
What the
your
fuck
mouth
am I
full?
talking about?
Doesn't make any
Talking with your
sense.
mouth full. That's the phrase.
Hey, starting out on a good start.
Yeah, first one back and starting out hot. So, today on this podcast, we have my squad mates, former roommates, and best friends, Evan and Zack. Introduce yourselves, everyone.
Howdy, howdy.
Hey, this is Evan.
So, first off, the audience wants to know, what are you guys eating?
I guess I'll start that one off. Zack here. I'm eating the Reese's Puffs this morning.
Zack here, eating Reese's Puffs.
Yeah, Zack, copy.
Hey, you said we were squad mates here. I figure I might
It's
as well
true.
talk it up.
It's true.
Well, I am dining on the breakfast of champions, 2 chocolate poptarts.
And how long have you been eating chocolate Pop-Tarts for breakfast, Zack or Evan?
I'm Evan, thank you. I'm 24 years old, and I have been eating Pop-Tarts probably since I've been like 8 years old.
Okay.
Every day. So
Solid.
do the math there, buddy.
I'm too dumb today. I don't want to try. So, the first question I think we all want to know, especially the audience at home, after the snack that you guys had, how did we all meet?
Great question. I'll start that one out. So it was at the fine institution, Indiana State University, place of learning, and we were all on the same floor in Pickerel Hall, and I was in room.
Oh God,
We're really testing the knowledge here.
01?
I think so.
I think so.
I think that's right, because on the next year you were in 620, right? On the other end.
Yes, correct. And let's see, and Zack was down the hall, and you were across the hall.
Yeah, I was right across from you.
Right. So we're all right in that same hallway, I think.
Yep.
All right. And you two, and then me. So, describe your guys' ideas about each other the first time you met.
Oh, wow.
Getting personal, huh?
Yeah, I want you guys to get... I want
to go
the
deep
cuffs
in the
to come
field.
out. Yeah,
huh?
you know?
All right, we're gonna.
I'm just gonna get sloppy.
Tom O'Leary is right here waiting for you.
Tom O'Leary.
Yeah, no, I mean, when I first met Evan, I think I met you, Evan, and Joe at the same time out on the quad.
Me, Evan, and Joe? All three of us?
Yep, all three of you. Yep,
I hated Joe. He's not here, so we can talk about him.
I think it was out on the quad when we had one of those freshman orientation, like, they put all the freshmen together and you try and do one of those.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Like get to know people kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And it was just like, we were all pretty shy at that point. I think, we were still becoming ourselves, figuring out who we wanted to really associate with. So
Joe, the least so.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I was an outgoing person for sure, but only with the ladies.
We thought Joe was like the ladies' man. That's what I always thought.
Yes.
I tried.
Right off the bat, I thought he was, because he had already associated with a female,
with Olivia. Yep,
Olivia from our floor. We were like, "Wow, Joe's already found a girl. We've been here for 2 hours."
Not gonna lie, the first time I met you guys, I was like, "Damn, competition." That Evan guy's specifically sexy.
Oh man, everyone's been telling me that, so I appreciate that.
I think.
And Zack, I don't remember. I remember meeting Zack on that time at the quad, but I don't remember associating with you really until Donahue Day. Remember that?
Oh yeah. Because
they split us.
They did. We were like, hey, we know each other. We're both on the 6th floor of the honors hall. We met on the quad. Let's go to the same place.
and we had the same wristband color.
You did.
We did.
And they split the wristbands into 2 groups. And I went to one, and he and Bram went to another. It was devastating. I cried
And
for hours.
I think that point there was the start of our demise, where we just knew we were going to become mortal enemies.
Yeah.
Always disagree from that point on. You
That's
went
so
to one
true.
group, I went to the other group. So
He
that
wanted Park
was the
Place.
line
I
drawn in the
wanted
sand.
Marvin Gardens, you know?
We're not bringing Monopoly back up. We can't do it.
Speaking of Monopoly, we had a ritual, some might say.
Tradition.
Every Thursday. No, yeah, Thursday. Monopoly Thursdays.
Mm-hmm.
That is correct.
Where we would play Monopoly on the Wii.
Right.
And that got heated. Let's talk about some of the most heated moments we got into in that.
It always started with negotiations.
Yep. It was always friendly until the negotiations started.
And it was just until you got to the point where you had to start making trades for people to have monopolies. Up until that point, everybody was like, "Yeah, it's fun. We're casually playing a game of Monopoly on Thursday night, eating our candy, our snacks of the day." At that point,
You guys, so it always ended up the person who ended up getting a solo Monopoly first had the upper hand. And who did that usually tend to be?
Well, I would probably guess that was I don't remember specifically, but if I had to guess, I'd bet Bram.
Yes.
I would also bet Bram. So I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I can't say 100% sure, but just whenever we seem to play games, somehow Bram seemed to get the upper hand early.
Bram.
Yep.
So for those listeners at home, Bram was Zach's roommate, freshman, sophomore, and then all of our roommates junior and senior year. And he seems to be the luckiest individual God has ever created. And it didn't matter, including just video games or anything. He was a very lucky individual in life as well. Was R.I.P. Just kidding. He's alive.
Oh.
But...
Hey, pour one out for Bram. We miss you, Bram.
Pour one out for Bram. Toss one of my sausages out on my pizza.
Right.
But I think the only time I've gotten legitimately angry at you guys, mainly Bram, was during Super Smash Brothers.
Oh
my gosh.
Wow, that brought out some of the worst in us, didn't it?
Yeah. Normally, our anger would be associated towards Bram, but it did go around a little
because he was the best.
Yeah.
And it didn't make sense because he didn't like video games.
Yeah,
so it's not fair.
Exactly. Which just infuriated us even more.
Yep.
He was like, "Oh, I just played this after school with my friends in high school."
Like, well,
Go
like,
jump off a bridge.
oh man, it's true.
Alrighty. Well, speaking of video games, what was the very first video games you guys ever played?
oh gosh.
All right. Actually, I think I might know. So my first game system I ever had was a PlayStation 1.
Okay.
And I liked racing games as a child.
As a young lad.
I played Nickelodeon Racing and Hot Wheels Racing. And they were my 2 favorite games.
And how old were you at this time?
Oh, man. I have absolutely no idea. It was pre-junior high, so like 12, 10, somewhere in there.
Oh man, you were a late bloomer to video games. So my first video game system that I played on was an original Super Nintendo.
Okay.
And that my parents had or my brothers had. And I played Super Mario. And like the first Super Mario that was on there. And my favorite part was always getting to the level where I could, crack open Yoshi and use Yoshi to help assist me through the battle as we were going through the map. I don't know why, but Yoshi would eat the apples and it would make her go insane. And
Super
then
Mario
would start
World.
Running.
Never heard it called a battle, but no, that's yeah. Super Nintendo was my first console as well. My dad actually seemed to enjoy it more than we did, and he became a master at a game called Out to Lunch, which I can't find anyone who plays or has played to this day, so I don't even know if it's a real game.
He made it up. He probably created it himself.
See, the joke is it was called Out to Lunch, and really all he was doing was saying he was playing out to lunch, but really he was going out to lunch and
He
getting
was
some
going
food, and that
to
was
lunch.
the game.
Yep.
Succeeding in that for sure. So, you guys told us your first video game. What is your favorite video game?
Of all time?
Of
or
all
currently?
time. We can talk about now as well, but for now, all time.
All right, so my favorite video game of all time is probably Skyrim. So Elder Scrolls Skyrim.
Was it 5?
Yeah, that might be right.
Yeah, because 6 is
And that was sick game.
Yeah.
Played that, restarted it like 3 times. Always getting up there, and it was pretty dang fun.
Right on.
My favorite video game. I don't know if I really have a favorite game. I always cycled through games pretty quickly. There wasn't one that it was like, you know what, I'm going back and I'm playing this over and over and over again. I wasn't the kind of guy who got into most of the story modes of video games for the most part. I was most of the time either like Madden or MLB The Show, because my consoles growing up for the most part were PlayStation, so I was always playing those games. And
which one do you prefer, PlayStation or Xbox?
Ooh, good question.
That's a tough one. I've got an Xbox One now, which I really enjoy. I like a lot of the features that it has, but I like a lot of the exclusives that PlayStation has that Xbox doesn't have any rights.
You're talking the show for sure.
Oh, absolutely, the show. Yeah, that one would probably be the main reason.
I would kill to have
PlayStation.
I want it so bad. Yeah.
I miss having a solid baseball game for the Xbox console, because I've looked at the graphics and some of the reviews of RBI baseball, and
Don't waste
just
your
from what I've seen, it looks like a waste of money, and
Better
it just
off getting
saddens me.
backyard baseball.
Oh, dude. Classic backyard baseball on the PC might have actually been my first game.
Yeah.
And now that you mention it, yeah, that may have been the first legit baseball game that I've played. So
I thought I was disconnected there for a second. It was
Yeah,
just
I
Zack
did
not
too.
finishing a sentence. No surprise.
But I think we all agree that if you did not pick Pablo Sanchez in backyard baseball, you were playing wrong.
Oh, I mean, he was
without
the
a doubt.
best.
Without a doubt.
Pablo Sanchez. If you wanted some speed, maybe some good team speed, you get a little Pete Wheeler.
Yes.
But if you want to go for power, why not get Keisha Phillips?
Your knowledge of the players in the initial game still is astounding.
I was going after Mikey Thomas, nicknamed Nugget. I'm gonna talk about that right now.
We're gonna have just like the one random person that's listening to my podcast looking up names like, that's not right. That wasn't his last name.
Yeah. Don't you correct me.
His nickname wasn't Nugget.
It was Nugget. It was.
I will say, though, that as backyard baseball continued to evolve and they started incorporating the MLB players, I think I prefer the original backyard crew opposed to the MLB players in backyard baseball.
It was almost like cheating when you get the pros, you know? It was like that with soccer for sure. I can't even remember who was in there, but I don't remember any of the original crew being on my team.
Just give me Sydney and Ashley Weber, and I'll just go from there. I'm trying to come up with more, and I think that's all I got.
You're probably looking some up now, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm currently playing a game
Multitasking.
of FIFA,
We really think he remembers this, but he's got the list right in front of him. Going down the roster one by one.
Yeah.
And there is number 72
from Alabama. So, you guys both were in show choir in high school.
Well, I hate to correct you.
Okay.
I wasn't in show choir.
Okay.
I was in just regular choir. We didn't have a show choir.
Okay. All right.
Or else I
I
would.
didn't do my homework. I'm a horrible host.
Favors to you. Did you look me up on Wikipedia?
So you guys were both in the singing extracurriculars, some might say,
Good.
in
Fair
high
enough.
school. What were your favorite songs you guys sang?
Whoa.
Oof.
Yeah, dig
Tough
deep.
one.
Dig deep. Recesses of the brain.
I can go ahead and start.
Oh,
So
you go first, I'll think.
yeah. So throughout my 4 years in high school, we had Madrigal dinner, which was part of the Madrigal choir, which was our concert choir, and it was all based around the Renaissance, but it was also based a lot around Christmas music. But one of my favorite songs that we sang in that every year was Ave Maria. I just really liked, a lot of the melodies and the especially the high soprano piece throughout that song. It just kind of carried through really well, and that was one of my favorite things.
Were you a soprano?
I was not a soprano, but I was a tenor that got to be a part of the descant piece of the song, which included some of the higher pieces.
Okay.
So that was probably one of my favorite songs.
Very nice.
Great answer, Zach. Very good answer. I would probably say I didn't have a Madrigal choir because we didn't have one of those either. Apparently, Zach went to a much fancier school than I.
I wouldn't go that far.
I was home of the Flaming Hearts, baby.
Yeah, represent.
My favorite, we did an a cappella version of the Hawaii Five-0 theme song.
What?
And it was pretty sick. Very fun. We had a percussion, vocal percussion and everything.
That's actually nuts.
Yeah. That's probably my favorite.
You talking about fancy choir? We didn't have vocal percussionists.
I mean, ours were just like people from the choir who had some skill in it.
They were getting paid, for sure.
Yeah, I brought them in from the outside. $20,000 a month.
A month? Jesus Christ.
Not a cheddar. Not a scratch. In other words for money.
So, were you guys in musicals at all?
Oh, yeah.
Perform?
I was in elementary school.
Okay.
We had a theater, but in middle school and high school, but I spent more time with show choir and concert choir and then sports than I did with getting involved with theater. So
Yeah, Zack definitely got laid in high school.
Yeah, man. I was.
Hey, I don't kiss and tell, Joe.
I probably did 12 something
musicals?
like that shows
Okay.
between musicals and plays while I was in high school and junior high.
What was
That's
your
kind of
favorite
my
one you
thing.
performed?
All Shook Up.
All Shook
Maybe
Up?
not familiar with it. It's all music of Elvis.
Yeah, I assumed.
It's really good.
All
I've seen it
Shook Up.
and it's good.
All right. What's your guys' favorite musical to watch or have ever seen?
I'll start with that one. So I had the opportunity while in high school with choir. We went to New York for a trip one summer, and we got to see 2 Broadway musicals. I got to see Lion King and I got to see Mary Poppins.
Oh, that's another good one.
And both of them were very, very good.
Okay.
But for me, I actually enjoyed Mary Poppins more than the Lion King.
Whoa, hot take.
Whoa.
Scorching hot take.
Oh my god! This is not a controversial podcast. Okay, let's keep it a little.
No, but it was really, really good. Yeah.
My favorite, last year or the year before, I think it was last year, I got to go see Hamilton on tour. And I'm a huge Hamilton fan, and it was amazing. That's probably my favorite I've ever seen.
You made us listen to, well, didn't make us, I enjoyed it too. But you made
that
us
was
listen
actually
to the album.
Bram that made us listen to that album.
That's right.
That was before I was a fan.
Yeah, why? Why did he make us listen to that?
He was listening to it while he was working in his internship.
Oh, that's right.
And I don't know why. Someone told him to.
Probably a girl.
Probably a girl.
Yeah, that sounds right.
If we're being 100% honest. Okay. So, like I said, Zach and Evan are my squad mates. It's all day, every day. We play games, except for when they're at work and I'm at work and we're not playing video games.
Most of the time we don't.
Most of the time, it's almost every other day. We play Apex, obviously, like everyone does, like right now. So, if you guys could win a game with a singular gun, you only use a singular gun, what would it be?
Ooh. So I don't have a secondary. I'd probably have to be an R301 just
Okay.
because of the range and how it can do damage close range too. I would say the R99, but it has no range, so if you don't have a secondary, you're gonna struggle.
Man, I was probably gonna say recency bias is, a big factor in this right now, but probably the wingman right now. Been really good for me of late, and as a pistol, it's got decent range on its shot. So
very good range. Yeah,
I wouldn't even call it a pistol. It's a hand cannon.
it's essentially a hand cannon.
yeah, but
like a
that would be
deagle.
my. Yeah, you're probably right.
It is. Yeah.
But that would probably be my go-to as of right now. Other than that, probably for an assault rifle type weapon, I definitely lean the R301.
Okay. All right. Aside from the P2020 in Mozambique, which we all agree worst guns in the game, what is the least favorite gun you have ever used?
Easy call here. It's a gun I have had no success with ever.
Eva
Eva 8.
Eva 8.
Yep. I am awful with the Eva 8. I cannot make it work. Should be easy, I think. I don't know. I'm doing something wrong.
I was watching. So everyone knows the Apex Legends is set in the Titanfall universe, and I was watching a Titanfall 2 speedrun, and that is the gun of choice for the speedrun. Is the Eva 8?
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And the Spitfire, but
Well, that of course makes sense though.
yeah. But the top gun is the Eva 8.
Interesting. A shotgun is the top choice.
Well, you're
Wouldn't
moving so
expect
fast.
that.
You're close range most of the time.
Yeah, I guess you'd always be close range.
Zach, what do you got?
For me, it's probably the flatline. The recoil on that gun is ridiculous. Anytime I find it, and it's usually early in game when you don't have many attachments that I tend to find this weapon, but I usually have zero luck with that.
Okay. See, a flatline is at least first encounter.
Yeah, early game, I don't mind it. But I don't want it.
Oh, God.
Past 10 squads left.
Any gun that does not have a barrel stabilizer. I think we should at least clarify for the viewers. We're playing on console, so recoil is a big deal.
Yeah.
People on PC can control recoil a lot better, and so you see streamers like Shroud using flatlines and havocs the entire time. Things without barrel stabilizers. But any gun without a barrel stabilizer for me is gonna be out the door quick.
Would you include the Prowler in that?
I hate the Prowler with a burning passion.
Wow.
That is actually my least favorite gun.
Hot take. This is a controversial. You better watch out.
That's a popular gun.
It's a personal opinion. I hate that gun. I've never had any success with it, and I think you need too many attachments for it to even be viable. So.
That's kind of fair. Takes a lot of attachments, that's for sure.
And really, without the select fire, it's really not
worthless.
Yeah. If I found a Prowler with a select fire, a heavy mag, and a whatever it's stock, then I would probably use that for my first encounter. Other than
that's a big ass to find on the drop.
Exactly.
Normally, I'm hoping to find P2020 and pack of syringes.
Just something to keep you alive for at least 10 seconds.
Sometimes I just throw the syringes at my enemies.
Hope it sticks them in the eye. Now, I enjoy watching streamers a lot, and I know Zach has gotten a lot into it now. Who are your guys' favorite streamers, and what platform are they on?
Yeah, so for me, I started kind of getting into it when Fortnite was big. So once the battle royale kind of craze really took over, I was playing Fortnite back in the day when it first came out with the original maps, when it was more fun to play than it is now. Hot take there.
I don't think that's a hot take.
Yeah, I think it's actually
Probably not. No. But I've been watching streamers on Facebook as the platform, and been watching Darkness 429, Tim Havelock. He actually was a Twitch streamer, but changed over to Facebook, and as a partner with Facebook, he's kind of helping start kickstart the Facebook gaming platform. And then one of the guys he started playing games with that I actually tend to enjoy watching more than Darkness now is the Pool Shark. And his first name's Eric, and he not that really matters. Yeah, right.
I can't trust people named Eric. So.
He is an Army veteran, Evan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he is an Army veteran.
And
the running joke is he has no legs. But yeah, those are the guys that I watch most of the time.
Okay. And disclosure, I'm not sponsored by any of these people, but if they do end up listening to this podcast at all, big shout out, hook your boy up. Evan, what do you got?
I go with probably the top people of Twitch a little more. Watch Shroud. Pretty much anytime Shroud plays anything, I'll watch it.
Because he's the best ever.
He's the best at everything he does. And I watch a lot of the guys who play Apex, since it's the game we're into right now. So Dizzy, if he plays, or Mendo, Kusai, they're both really good. So I try and watch them so I can learn stuff from them. And then if you ever go on the Apex Twitch channels and you're looking for people who are playing, you can always find two guys, Vis and Crafty. So I watch them a lot.
TSM Viz.
Yep.
My favorite.
Crafty actually plays with the Pool Shark.
Oh, really?
From time to time, yeah.
I love it when streamers get together, especially Dr. Disrespect and Shroud.
I love Dr. Disrespect and Shroud are hilarious. Yeah.
They pair up. It's like the most entertaining combo. You have Shroud, who's amazing at the game and kills it, and then Dr. Disrespect, who's still fairly good and is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he's just really funny.
So if you guys would stream, what would your guys' streamer names be?
Wow. I don't know. Some people get really creative.
Yeah.
Some people just go with like a version of their name. So I might just do something like that, but I'm not sure exactly what I'd pick.
Just Evan.
I'd probably go by a fake name.
Yeah, because Evan's stream would take off real big, and he'd become super popular. And if it was his real name,
yeah,
we'd have all kinds of crazy
again.
Go into protective custody.
For me, I'd probably go with my nickname that I've had throughout high school via sports and other things such as
Piglet.
Actually, it was just Piggy.
Piggy.
But
Piglet.
And welcome people, like to the pig pen, as we're supporters or something like that.
I like that.
That is good. Yeah, welcome to the pig pen. Get down and dirty.
Get rolled around in the muck with Piggy.
Exactly. I mean, if I were to do it, it'd be like that, or
every
something like welcome to the farm.
You have to oink.
No, I wouldn't get into that much of a persona with it. That'd be a little.
You would be like Ninja.
Dressed as a pig.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Put on a pig costume
in every stream.
Covered in mud.
That'd be awesome. I support that.
Now, you guys are both business majors in college.
Yep.
What drew you guys to business in general? Besides, the dollar bills, y'all.
Fat stacks of cash I was gonna get. So I didn't really know what I wanted to do going into college, but I thought business was a good place to start. There's always jobs in business kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I started in finance because I thought I liked money. And I actually did finance for 3 years, and I did enjoy it, but I didn't see myself having a career in finance, and I actually moved over to MIS, which is more with like IT and computers, which is where I work now.
Yeah.
So that's really where I found what I like to do, but I am still drawn to business. I like that side of things.
An IT guy without a working gaming computer. Wow.
I know. I get mocked in the locker room at work.
Look at the console pleb coming in. How your thumbsticks doing, idiot?
Yeah, so for me, I actually didn't start out as a business major. I actually started out as an engineering physics major.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, actually, all of freshman year, I was an engineering physics major, and
you were going to transfer.
That was my initial plan. Yeah, I was going to come and knock out some prerequisites and essentially transfer to Rose-Hulman or Purdue, and get my degree in engineering. Well, all throughout high school, I was good in math and science. Be like, oh, you should be an engineer. You should be an engineer. I didn't know any better, so what did I do? I said, sure, I'm going to major in engineering. Got into it, decided I didn't really like it, and I'd had some accounting classes that I did enjoy in high school, and so I made the switch sophomore year to being a business and accounting major, and the rest is kind of history. I enjoy working with numbers, and accounting and business kind of gives me the opportunity to work with numbers a lot, but also interact with people on a day-to-day basis, which is nice rather than sitting locked up in a cubicle all day.
Yeah.
But you do sit in a cubicle, right?
I do not, actually.
What?
Yep.
Evan's full worldview just dropped out.
I'm in a full-on cube.
Really?
Oh yeah, cube farm, just rows of cubes.
Gross.
So, my office is set up more like a trading floor. We actually are just like single row leveled desks that can be standing desks. With monitors, and you don't have any walls separating you, so you can literally just turn and talk to your coworkers next to you.
Oh
God, I don't want to work here.
You didn't have anything to say.
Yeah.
If his employer is
I'm
listening to this,
speechless. I don't know how to respond to that.
He doesn't try to do that. Yeah,
he's married, so we'll give him a pass.
It's true.
So somebody has to.
Yes, somebody. When did you get married there, Zach?
It'll actually be 2 years ago this June.
It's been that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know, right?
I remember it like it was yesterday.
Yes, how's the old ball and chain doing?
Good. She lets me play video games from time to time, so I can't complain.
Time to time. Almost every night.
But no, she's good. She is actually out at a yard sale trying to sell some junk right now.
Yeah, we tried to get her onto the podcast. She said, fuck you.
Yeah.
I think that is what she said verbatim.
Specifically you, Joe, is what she said.
I said, Haley, you can't talk to him like that. That's not nice.
You're the grown man. You'll show him respect.
I don't know why you're friends with him. I didn't want to invite him to the wedding. I haven't liked him.
Now we had to get a gluten-free option.
He didn't even get us a present.
Wait,
that dirtbag.
No,
we did, you guys.
Yeah, we got him a Walmart gift card. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you're welcome, by the way.
Yeah, thanks for the thank you card, you dick.
Yeah.
You got one, didn't you?
No, yeah, I did.
I'm sure we did.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, it was personalized.
I swore you guys got one.
It was personalized, yeah. I do remember that, because I was like, oh, Zach.
Hand-drawn picture of me. It was such a personal touch.
It's charcoal, I think.
Gorgeous. I've never seen something like it.
It's a hidden talent of mine, charcoal drawing.
You know
I
what?
just take the charcoal right out of the grill and start using it to draw with.
You take that right to the bank. That's gonna make you big bucks.
Matt just heard that phrase and he cringed.
What phrase?
He took the charcoal right out of the grill.
Matt's an artiste.
He's the artiste. Speaking of hidden talents, what
Ooh.
talents do you guys have besides, video games or hobbies that you may say that you don't really, not everyone knows?
Huh. Good question.
I know Evan's life revolves around video games, so I don't really know. But...
Yeah, I mean, I don't have friends or hobbies. My life is an empty void.
Are you okay, Evan?
I gotta go. I can play all kinds of percussion instruments.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So, from anything from like the drum set to like a xylophone, marimba, I can play all that kind of stuff. That's kind of cool.
And you play for your church, don't you?
I do. Yeah. I'm in a band, not like a real band, just like the band of my church, but a band nonetheless.
What's your guys' band name?
We call ourselves
Satan's Butthole.
Evan and the Boys.
Evan and the Boys.
We're mostly female.
What was our boy band name?
It was
Dudes of
oh
Plenty.
my goodness, Dudes of Plenty.
Dudes
yeah, we even named like a fantasy football league Dudes of Plenty, I think.
Dude, it's from a Conan thing, right?
Yep, that's when Conan started a boy band. Look it up on YouTube. Super funny. Really, just watch Conan on YouTube.
Yes.
You're welcome. Just did you a favor.
Conan, and whose line is it anyway? Those
Oh
God.
my god.
Oh God. If you
And
know
the
what
Jimmy
I mean.
Fallon hashtag video.
Yeah.
Clueless Gamer. Just watch
Backstreet
every
Boys?
Clueless Gamer that's
Yeah.
ever been made.
Lingerie, third floor.
We have never quoted anything as much as we quote Clueless Gamer, Conan, and
Yeah.
SpongeBob.
Zach, what do we got for hidden talents
Uh,
or hobbies? If you don't want
Zach,
Haley to
you both-
know,
you've
then
got
you probably
nothing.
should say nothing.
it's not that I don't want her to know. I don't know if I really have any hidden talent.
Can you do anything with your body that's weird?
Not that I can
Like-
talk about on this podcast.
God.
You set yourself up for that one, Evan.
Can you like raise your eyebrows one at a time? That's something I could do that apparently not everyone can.
Really?
He's just tried it.
He's doing it right now.
Yeah, he's trying it right now.
Bad visual. Did it work?
I don't know. I would say, my hobby, I guess, that I have that I don't know is I have a collection of baseball cards.
There you go. See?
Good hobby.
I've got the Ken Griffey Senior rookie card.
Ooh. That's got to be
It's
worth
worth-
like $10 now.
Yeah, probably.
Like, no joke.
been
I
kept
mean...
in a Card binder, so it's
Might be worth
pretty
a
good
little more.
condition.
Yeah.
Does it have a rating?
Yeah.
What did you ask, Evan? I didn't hear you.
Does it have like a grade? You know, they get ratings.
Oh no, I none of these are graded. I just have them in a binder with baseball card slits. They're whole, and they just have held them in there, and I've kept them in a closet for the most part, just kind of keeping them safe. But
You should take that binder on down to Nevada and go to Pawn Stars. I'm sure they know a guy.
yeah, they'll give me $10 for it all.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna
I'll
have
say
to,
no. I want 50.
It's gonna
They'll
take a
say
lot of
no, I'll
shelf
give you
space,
25.
so
The best I
10
can do is $10.
Yep, that sounds just like them.
Yeah. Oh God, there was something I was thinking about. I
You're
can't
pulling a
remember.
Zach right now. You lost
I
your
know.
train.
I lost my train of thought.
That train left the station and you weren't on board. So what usually happens.
God. Oh,
Dad jokes for the win.
dad jokes. You're not a dad yet.
Hey, I have fur babies.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
Oh
Oh
god.
god.
Give me a break.
Hey, apparently I was supposed to get Haley a Mother's Day present because we have dogs.
Oh, that's
What?
some bullshit.
That's
And I
not
was like,
true.
what?
That's not true at all.
We're starting a fight in this family right now. Haley, you're wrong. Okay.
Haley, we're on Zack's side. No Mother's Day present until some little piglets come running around.
Yeah, get to stepping.
I want a nephew.
Yeah.
I have a nephew. Hold on.
Hold on. Wait.
Wait a minute. What year is it?
What year is it? Oh, that's what I was thinking about. So we just talked about all the things we quote or have quoted in the majority of our time together. Most of those have come from YouTube videos, movies.
Yep.
What is your guys' favorite movie that we have quoted?
Oh, well, easily the most quotable movie of all time is Anchorman.
I was gonna say.
It's
Not only
such a good one to quote.
it extends from the movie into YouTube videos as well.
It does. You're correct about
I mean,
that.
heck, we started the podcast out with a Anchorman quote with when you said we were going to start some fighting with
Yeah.
Jack Johnson, Tom O'Leary. Right
Tom
there.
O'Leary, yeah, that's right. Jack
Yeah.
Johnson, Tom O'Leary. For those of you that have not watched, Ron Burgundy has a lot of
Hashtag
videos.
spoiler alert.
No, it's not the movie, you dingus. Let me finish. This is my podcast. No, the YouTube videos. Ron Burgundy has gone on to many shows and promoted either the movie or himself and his book. And those YouTube videos, one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life.
You're so right about that.
I think we all love Ron Burgundy, but what is our favorite Ron Burgundy quote?
Oh, wow. Like, is there a collective one that we all have that I'm supposed to remember?
No. Just your favorite, personally.
Oh, probably when he's talking to Baxter when he comes home.
Yeah.
And he says, "You ate a whole wheel of cheese and you pooped in the refrigerator." And so that whole scene, great.
Not even mad.
I'm not even mad. I'm impressed.
That's a good one. That's a very quotable one, you know?
Yep.
Zach, what you got?
My favorite Ron Burgundy quote.
Yeah.
I don't even think my favorite quote from Anchorman is a Ron Burgundy quote. I think it's
Okay.
probably more with can't even remember his name, the sports guy.
Champ.
And
Yep.
Champ
Kind.
is talking about how he misses Ron Burgundy. It's related to
Mrs.
Ron
Smith.
Burgundy, but that's one of my favorite quotes.
Mr. Musk.
Mr. Musk.
When all this is over, we're
Mr.
gonna get an
Mr.
apartment together.
Oh god, we've quoted that line
Yeah, that's probably our most quoted line.
probably the most. Yeah, especially after a little hiatus on Xbox. Get our friend
Yep.
Mr. Musk.
Mr. Sand.
So I think it'll be fun and not very hurtful to me. What was your guys' least favorite thing about living with me in the apartment?
Well.
Just rip into me, dude. Just rip into me.
Your cleanliness wasn't always up to par. Is that political enough?
That's
Dig deeper.
I will still never forget. I would have to say that may have been potentially the only thing I had a huge issue with, but Evan probably more so because he was in the same room as you.
Yeah.
And so, but I will never forget when you were leaving your shoes and your hats and stuff in the living room, and we just piled
Oh my
it
gosh, I
higher
kind of forgot
and
about
higher
that.
at the dining
Now I'm
room
mad.
table.
Now I'm mad.
We would just move it from the coffee table and the couch into the
We'd
pile at the
stack
dining room
them, yep.
table.
Evan just leaves the Discord. Now I'm mad.
I've got to go.
Fuck you.
Ooh, underrated thing that drove me crazy.
Okay.
I might have never even said this one. When you would fall asleep playing something on your phone out loud.
Okay.
and I'd wake up in the middle of the night and it'd be playing out loud, and I would sometimes even go over to try and find it.
Really?
But yeah, because I was like, oh my gosh, it's playing some. Because sometimes they were loud things.
A lot of times it was
like
speed
people
runs.
arguing about political things.
Oh yeah. Just wake
Yeah,
up to hear. No, the deficit isn't that big.
Yeah, Ben Shapiro schooling some college students.
Yeah. Yeah. That happened a lot. And I will say I still do that, but I live alone, so it's okay.
Yeah, you do live alone. So at least you got that.
Yeah, you do live alone. Idiot.
Loser.
Pathetic. Loser.
I just want you to remember that.
No, yeah, that was thinking back on it.
And it was always a sorry not to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
It was always a game of chance when you'd open up the fridge and you go to take leftovers out. With Joe.
To be fair, that was all of us sometimes. Mostly me.
Oh yeah.
Mostly me.
Talking about the baked beans.
Absolutely, 100%.
Mostly me. Yeah, baked beans, me. I will 100% own up
Those
to that.
baked beans were rancid, man.
I threw away that Tupperware. I didn't even clean it out.
That was disgusting. Yeah, that was one we threw just plain away, the whole thing, and then took it straight out to the dumpster.
Yeah, we didn't want to risk anything leaking out of that thing.
Couldn't have that.
I would be lying if I said I don't do that still sometimes. But it has gotten.
You said you had to
better.
get rid of a pan, right?
A pan
This year?
Not because of it is dirty, but because it was. Well, I guess it was dirty, but it wasn't like rancid or anything.
Threw it away because you cooked something in it that ruined it, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Sorry.
Yeah, Zack.
Way different.
Well, no, I remember you telling me you had to throw a pan away because something you cooked in it, and I didn't.
No, it was one
I
of
couldn't
those.
remember if it was because you left it sitting in it or if you just
because
you cooked it and it ruined the pan.
It was one of those copper pans, and I always used it to like toast my corn tortillas. Yeah, toast my buns.
Oh my gosh, the corn tortillas! I forgot about that too.
Yeah.
This is bringing up all kinds of memories.
I mean, was that a bad memory?
No, you just ate so many of them.
Yeah. It was. That was like senior year when I started going gluten free.
Yep.
Right.
And I will say, I have not adhered to that as well as I did that first year.
I'm shocked.
But you guys are really ripping into me right now.
You asked for this.
Yes, I did. No, I am gluten intolerant to an extent, but I still enjoy my pizza rolls and the stomach ache that comes with it.
Respect. As long as you know.
Yeah. Okay, so we are wrapping up here in the final few minutes of our podcast. So I would like, after those last scorching blows, what was one thing I did okay in the apartment?
You cooked some good food.
There we go. All
So
right.
You did cook
whenever
some
you
good
can't
food.
sleep at night and you think, boy, those guys must hate me. And yes. But just remember, you cooked some good food.
Awesome.
Well, and I will say you always kept up with the festiveness in the apartment.
That is true. And I still
Put the Christmas tree up, and we have the video of us hanging our ornaments.
Oh, I love when that video resurfaces every Christmas.
I still put your guys' stockings up in my apartment.
Oh, appreciate it.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
I'm
Okay.
getting emotional.
I promised myself I wouldn't do this.
I told you. That's why the last podcast asked me not to come back.
All
But,
right.
Along with that, you also, when you did do a pretty good job of cleaning.
When I did
It's true.
clean. When I did
Yes.
clean.
When you did clean.
All right. That's going to wrap it up for this episode of Eat at Joe's. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you to Evan and Zack for coming in and spending their Saturday afternoon or I guess it's still morning with us.
Still morning here in Central Time.
It's a good old Central
It's
Time.
still morning here at Eastern Time.
Yeah. They don't need to
Hey,
know
it's
that.
5 o'clock
Okay?
somewhere, so it's all right.
By the time this uploads, it'll be like 3 o'clock. But thank you guys for coming out. I hope you guys had an okay experience. And catch us on the next episode when I interview someone I have never interviewed before. And I don't know who that is, but it won't be the same person. So thank you guys. And that is going to wrap it up.